Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Tasmania remains Australia's economic pocket rocket, leading the rest of the nation for the 6th quarter running. Experts point to public confidence during the pandemic, but there is one issue critics believe is stunting further growth.
The bottom of Australia powering at the top for the 6th straight quarter.
It's another report that indicates that Tasmania is going gangbusters.
The state recognised as the nation's economic juggernaut in the latest quarterly report from the Commonwealth Bank. Charged by confidence during COVID, Tasmania led in 4 of the 8 key indicators, including jobs with unemployment at a 12-year low, equipment investment at a record peak for the March quarter, population growth dipping below the decade average, and housing builds at a 27-year high.
We're so happy that our state is being recognised as the place where people want to live.
4,000 Tasmanians on the social housing waitlist want to live here too, but the Tenants Union believes ultimately they will move interstate because prices are high and availability is low.
We really need to put downward pressure on rents and property prices, and the easiest way to do that is to build more properties.
But while the report found strengths, it also found weaknesses. Tasmania's housing finance is among the worst in the country, and experts say this could prove a barrier to future economic growth.
If you're finding it hard to be able to buy a property or build a property, certainly that can constrain your economic performance.
Though as other states grapple with swirling COVID uncertainty and lockdowns, economists don't expect Tasmania to slow down anytime soon. Garth Burley, 7 Tasmania News.
A 26-year-old woman has been charged after allegedly firing a gun into a home in Launceston. Police were called to Boyton Hill Road, Norwood on Saturday night after reports of a shooting. The owners were home at the time but weren't injured. The Perth woman faced court this afternoon. Tasmania's borders could open to Victoria and South Australia as early as this week, with the government hinting at relaxed restrictions. The 2 states are due to come out of lockdown in the coming days, and the Premier says he's pleased with how both have contained their outbreaks.
My advice from Public Health post AHPPC is that they are both in a good place.
South Australia recorded 1 new case today, while Victoria tallied 11 infections, 10 of which were in quarantine. A crucial vote on the future of the Mount Wellington cable car is imminent. The Hobart City Council will consider the planning application at a special meeting tomorrow night, after a report recommended the proposal in its current form not proceed.
2 years after a proposal for the Mount Wellington cable car was lodged, it's still raising fiery debate.
I think it would be a great thing for us, particularly when we need local tourism, we need a boost in our economy.
It decreases its value from its natural value for the people who are actually local to the area.
Build it, sooner the better.
A new report recommends Hobart City Council not proceed with the development over concerns relating to cultural values, noise emissions and the sheer scale of the project. Tomorrow night, Hobart City Council will consider the planning application at a special meeting.
This report condemns the cable car on 21 very clear grounds, and it's difficult to see how any councillor could find a way of actually supporting this cable car proposal.
What we're looking at doing is getting people up the mountain on a cable car that's powered by renewable energy, and to offer a facility on the mountain that all Tasmanians could be proud of.
Tomorrow night's meeting could have 2 significant outcomes. If Council rejects the report, it will give the green light to the next stage of the approval process. But if the report is accepted, that could be a huge setback for the cable car development. Aboriginal groups are putting pressure on the state government to protect the mountain's heritage.
Unless the Tasmanian government comes out and says, look, Aboriginal heritage over the top of some commercial enterprise, this is not going to go away.
Let the council do their job, but the government does support the vision. I hope that they vote for it.
Now it's up to council to decide whether the cable car proposal gets off the ground. Ainsley Kosh, 7 Tasmania News.
The West Tamar Highway north of Lagana is undergoing a major upgrade in a bid to improve road safety and reduce traffic congestion. The upgrade has been split into 4 projects, with all but 1 completed, with work to begin on an overtaking lane lanes between Exeter and the Batman Highway.
Part of our ongoing commitment, the state and federal governments,
to improving safety and amenity here on the West Tamar Highway.
The projects, consisting of more than $12 million from the state government as well as $16 million from the federal government. A frustrated RACT is imploring Tasmanians to speak up on road safety ahead of an upper house inquiry. Decrying the high death toll on our roads relative to our population, the motoring body will push for more funding for local councils as part of its submission to the inquiry.
And many of those roads are controlled by local government. They are the state's biggest road manager.
The RACT is aiming to have more wire road barriers, signage and ripple strips alerting drivers when they start drifting off the road. Tasmanians wanting to have their say can head to the RACT website. Bendigo Bank is closing its Kingston branch. The branch in the Channel Court Shopping Centre will close its doors to customers on August 13. Customer accounts will be transferred to Bendigo Bank in Hobart. The closure will leave the bank with 20 branches across the state.
To the other news, Tasmania has scored the Hawthorn-Brisbane clash for this weekend. The game has moved to UTAS Stadium from the Gabba to be played this Sunday at 2:10. Hawthorn will fly in and out for the match on a specially chartered plane. It makes for a bumper weekend of footy, with North Melbourne taking on Geelong at Blunston Arena on Saturday. The state government refused to say how much it paid for the extra game. Taking a look now at the Cripps TSL Player of the Year votes after round 17. 5-goal wonder Brandon Leary soars to the top for North Launceston in the game against the D's. Lauderdale's Sam Stiggins played a blinder in the match against the Tigers. And Clarence's Baxter Norton caught everyone's eye in the win over Glenorchy. If your name starts with J, you're looking pretty good for the Gong. Jay Blackberry, Jay Foon and Jake Hines are way out in front. And the barriers have come down for Tassie's Sam Fox to compete at the Mountain Bike World Championship in Italy next month. Fox will don green and gold after overcoming team and travel issues surrounding the pandemic. He clinched the under-23 national titles at Medina this year and says he's excited to be racing internationally for the first time in 2 years.
Good evening. I guess the Ariane Titmus factor wiped away everyone's Monday-itis today, and even the temperatures warmed up as well. Hobart, Launceston and Devonport 13, Burnie a top of 14 today. The high was 16 at Friendly Beaches after the low of -4 on Mount Wellington. Smithton and King Island 15, Flinders Island, Grove and Bushy Park 14, Low Head and Strawn 13, Lyowini a top of 5 degrees. Some cloud, generally over the north, west and southern parts. Mount Reid had 38 millimetres of rain to 3 o'clock. Low-level cloud also over Victoria and eastern New South Wales. A frontal band is approaching us from the Bight and some higher level cloud is over southern Queensland. Tomorrow a cold front crosses the Bight as a warm front passes to our southwest. Winds on the up again, northwesterly, increasing to 25 to 35 knots over the west and later to 40 knots. Swells to 4 metres in western waters. A gale warning, that's from southeast Cape to the northern reaches of Flinders Island, and a strong wind warning for all remaining coastal waters. A minor flood warning has been issued for the North Esk and Huon rivers, a flood watch for the Derwent rivers and rivers in the northern half of the state. Forecast for tomorrow, 14 for Hobart with a shower or two, showers easing from Adventure Bay, 11 the high for Tarraleah, a showery day there. 13 for Launceston, showery, showers and becoming windy for Devonport, 13 the top for Bridport, a windy day as well. 14 for Burnie, showers and becoming windy, similar for Strawn and 14 the top for Marrawah. And for St Helens, showers increasing, 14 the high, 14 for Swansea, a late shower for Whitemark, 14 degrees. On Wednesday, showers again along with a windy day, snow to 700 metres, showers and possibly some hail over the west, far south and central areas along with the Bass Strait Islands. And on Friday, fine over the south and east with showers increasing over the north and west. Showers easing from Perth tomorrow but developing over Adelaide, a windy day with a late shower in Melbourne, a sunny day forecast for Sydney and Brisbane. Bit of cloud around at the moment, 12 degrees in Hobart, 12 also in Launceston and currently in Devonport. It is also 12 degrees. That's it for me, Kim. I'm off home to fight for the best spot on the couch.
I'll fight Donna for that one. Well, that's all your news for now. I'll be back later with updates, but it's off to the Olympics now. Thanks for joining us. Good night.